to the neighborhood where it feels like your childhood. Your friendly neighborhood vibe gives it her all, bringing you the local haul. All kinds of comics, classic and new, Marvel, DC, and indies too. Readers and creators in unity, welcome to our community.
I said it early. Hello, nerdy neighbors. If you can't tell, I am super excited tonight because it is our holiday show for the year 2022. We are gonna wrap this year up and move on to hopefully better years. Those of you that have had a great year, please keep that energy and pass it on. Share it a little bit. You know, I think a lot of us could use that. Welcome back to Nerdy Neighborhood. This is your friendly neighborhood comic show. I'm your host, Lauren, your friendly neighborhood bi. And again, we're doing the holiday show tonight. So we've got some special guests here weighing in the green room that have been super patient with me because I've been everywhere today. So not as prepared as I always am. But I am prepared to have a great time with a bunch of nerdy neighbors. If you're in the live chats, let us know because we're going to want to know your thoughts on all the things we talk about as well. We're going to talk about holiday comics, holiday film, TV, everything nerdy that can relate to the holidays. And we're going to wrap it up with some really ridiculous holiday Madlibs. So if you're in the chat, stick around for that because you will be able to contribute to it as well and make us read some really heinous, ridiculous, crazy, funny things. Just a quick reminder, check out all the other videos on the channel. I've still been doing the Cooking with Creatives segment with a bunch of different creators. We had 2 more come out this week because I was sick last week. So check those out. Check those creators out. Check the projects out. There's something for everybody, even if something isn't your favorite thing in the world. That's totally cool. I actually did my first manga interview. I am not a manga or anime person. I think there's great things about it, all that great stuff. It's just not my thing. But I was so happy to have one of the creators on to kind of educate me about, you know, what he does. So check that one out as well, even if you're not into it. It's a really great interview. And let's just get into it. Let's get into our first segment, which is our neighborhood check-in. All right, he is supposed to be asleep, but he is here to say hello. So hello to Bolly Rock. You have done your neighborly duty. Thank you so, so much. Please go hit the sack, fall asleep, hit the hay, whatever going to sleep means to you. Please, please do it. We really appreciate you dropping in. And I'm so excited to welcome on some guests. I'm just going to go in order of how I see him in the green room. You know him. He is probably one of the biggest contributors to the neighborly community. He's always contributed to polls, and the Madlibs stuff was his idea actually when we originally did it. Please welcome the Punisher, aka Eric. I said it backwards. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like we just went from Halloween to Christmas. Speaking of which, I hope everybody watches out for those snowman vampires. They could really give you a bad case of frostbite.
That's a thing? I need to go hang out with them. I don't know about, yeah. I mean, frostbite sucks, but that sounds like a great time otherwise, so.
Though I hear they prefer Ice Krispies.
Dang it. I don't have any. Where do I get some to barter with them?
I mean, also watch out for those reindeer ghosts, you know, aka the caribou.
Caribou? I've never heard of that. Ballyrock says that hat was worth staying awake for. Everybody loves the Santa hats. Reindeer, stupid things I have, no good. But Santa hats, I'll have to get one for me next year. Maybe I'll get like a Supergirl Santa hat. I would love that. That would make me, I would treasure that thing. If anybody touched it, I would lose it. All right. Well, let's bring on our next guest. He was actually supposed to be on our last live, but unfortunately, life got in the way, which is so frustrating, but we're so happy to have him on here. And this is more his time of year anyway. He is the one of the hosts of Tis the Podcast. Please welcome Anthony Caruso.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, Lauren.
Absolutely. I felt like it's been forever since you've been on here. Have you been up to anything fun in particular or just dealing with life?
Both dealing with life and enjoying the holiday season. Like you said, it's my favorite time of year. So trying to take it all in before Christmas gets here in 10 days, which is crazy.
I can't believe it. Like, I feel like I haven't done enough festive stuff. Like, all the holiday films I wanted to watch, all the Christmas lights I want to go see, because that's my favorite thing. I haven't seen any yet, and I have to rush through it this next week to see everything I want.
Well, there's something to be said for watching one Christmas movie a week every year and then listening to a specific show review them.
That's true. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna use that next year. I like that. I'm gonna start keeping up with y'all. You guys will keep me in line for the Christmas and holiday season.
There you go. I'm so glad to finally get to meet Eric, because we interact on Twitter all the time, and so it's good to finally meet him on camera.
Yeah, it's always fun getting the neighbors to meet. What are you drinking tonight?
You know, I knew this was gonna be a festive party, so I poured myself a glass of wine.
Yes!
In my don't get your tinsel in a tangle wine glass.
That's fantastic and adorable. I love it. Well, we're going to bring on another guest too. Let me tell you, I'm actually glad he is the last one I'm bringing on to start the show, because he is like putting me to shame. Like, my reindeer, nothing. My holiday look is nothing, but this guy has it all. He does it all. Please welcome Chase, aka I Comment on Comics. What's going on?
Hey, hi everybody. How's it going?
I'm a bit blinded by that light.
It's like a spotlight. Like, here's the main event.
I'm just screaming, notice me. Look at me.
Sorry, Chase, I can't hear you. Your shirt's too loud.
Oh, there it is.
It's not the shirt, it's the jacket. He's got a black shirt on. That's unless you think black is loud.
It's actually blue with like little snowflakey circles, and the pants match the jacket too.
I love that. That is absolutely phenomenal. I've always wanted to get like a really dumb, cheesy suit like that, because it's exactly that. It's dumb and cheesy.
My parents bought it for me because they knew I'd wear it, and I've worn it every year for the past 5 years for Christmas.
That is awesome.
Those are some amazing parents right there. You want to can we take, share parents and like take turns? Like, you
Sure. My parents take people in all the time. Many of my family members' friends have lived with my parents at some point. My parents are great people.
That's amazing. I'm so glad that it's got that community aspect, and not leaving people behind, even if it can put something onto you by doing that, because that's a really hard thing to welcome in and things like that. But now that we're all here, I'm gonna bring back a segment that we're just gonna use pretty much for this entire night until we get to the Madlibs. I know some people like seeing the little clip, so we're gonna get into some holiday stuff we like with our appreciation station. I had to do it. I didn't make it Christmassy, though. I'll have to do that next time.
It was worth it. That's still more than I could ever do.
Just put like a snow filter over top of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Good.
Yeah. I can do that. It's Canva. Canva is like the best thing ever. Like, I'll be completely upfront about that. If you guys like need to make cute little videos or thumbnails for your videos or whatever, just get Canva. Like, it's beyond.
It's a free plug, Canva.
There you go, Canva. I'm happy to sponsor even more. Just call me. Call me, beat me. But all that said, I wanted to just kind of start out and talk about, before we get into all the nitty-gritty nerdy stuff, our favorite parts of the holidays in general. I mentioned that I'm a big Christmas light person, even to a point where I'll go see like the bigger shows and stuff, but I also just like driving through people's neighborhoods, like random neighborhoods, and being like, look at that and look at that. Eric, what are some things you enjoy about the holidays, if any?
I mean, just hanging out with friends and family, just that sort of, doing things like this, plus, friends more locally, plus family, and having all that sort of holiday food and festiveness. So,
yeah, I can't agree more in terms of just the time to just be with people, hopefully, that you actually want to spend time with. Maybe some people you haven't seen in a while, maybe people you see all the time. Anthony, I'm excited to hear what your favorite parts of the holidays are, because I feel like you have this whole list.
Oh, I love everything about the holidays. You mentioned the lights, Lauren. Well, I am lucky enough to live right near the greatest city on the planet, to celebrate Christmas in, New York City. And there is, in my opinion, I may be biased, no better place to celebrate the holidays between Rockefeller Center and the Rockettes and all the little pop-up Christmas markets. And it's a blast. All the little, this year we saw A Christmas Carol on Broadway. We saw Christmas Story live, the musical, just so much good stuff. And yeah, like Eric said, all the time with friends and family, I love. I mean, the Grinch said it best, right? Or paraphrasing here, but it's about who's around the tree, not what's under it, right? And yeah, I love all the decorations and obviously the movies and TV shows, which we can get into in a bit. But I host a year-round podcast about that, so obviously I love that stuff.
So the lights really do brighten up your spirit.
They really do.
Yes,
they really do. And, we could talk about this later on, too, and I'm sure we will. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's going to bring this up, but every Christmas Eve, I reread my favorite Batman comic, Batman Noel, which is his version of A Christmas Carol. So, yeah, we could talk about that later on, because that book is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very excited to hear about that, because I haven't read that. I actually feel like I haven't read enough holiday or Christmas anything, especially with comics. So I'm super excited because we'll talk about that and some other holiday comics after we get to Chase. What are you're like, oh hi. What are some of your favorite parts of the holidays? It looks like dressing the part is one of them for sure.
Well, everything you guys said, the whole ambiance of the holiday season, starting in October all the way till New Year's. I love it all. I love the way people treat each other better. I love the movies. I love the music. I don't listen to Christmas music except for on December, and then in December I listen to nothing but Christmas music. Everything about Christmas I love. I love the food that's involved with Christmas. I love all the different activities. I'm from a very small town in West Virginia, so I mean we just had the local town Christmas parade the other day. It's right by our house. All the kids stood there. They threw candy and everything. The national park down the road has lights. We go and see. They put up big lights and stuff. It's everything about it. Love it. I wish I lived somewhere like New York so I could go see plays and stuff. We have some things around here, but not a lot. So I'm jealous of all that, but I love everything about Christmas.
Lauren, before you jump in, can I add one thing that I forgot to mention?
You don't have to ask, just interrupt me.
One thing I love about Christmas, but really all the holidays, are the Peanuts holiday specials. Because it is it really a major holiday without watching either The Great Pumpkin or Charlie Brown Find That Tiny Christmas Tree or watching Snoopy Be the Easter Beagle? Come on, they're classic. They're iconic.
Love it. I completely agree. Also, not Christmas, but Thanksgiving Day Parade is huge in our house. Watch it I haven't missed one with my boys once. It's a big thing here, except that it's crap because they don't show any of the floats anymore. They only show the performances. You got to go to the app and see the floats going down the...
What?
Yeah, it's...
I didn't know that. Because Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, my office just opened a new branch overlooking the parade route. And it opened a week before the parade this year.
What?
So I know a bunch of people went to watch the parade from the office that morning, because you're eye level with balloons. I did not do it this year, but maybe next year.
Can you bring 3 guests next year?
I was going to say, first neighborly holiday meetup.
I have family in New York. Awesome. I used to make that drive all the time.
There you go. Would be glad to have you.
I was going to say, we have our first possible location for our first neighborly meetup in the next year. New York is an option. So anybody else that's watched this now or later, feel free to drop your other locations that you would like us to try to all meet up in. Because I think that would be really cool to make that happen, especially for holiday stuff. Because it seems like even for all a little bit different how we celebrate, that we're all super hype about it.
Although it's funny with Charlie Brown, because the theme has become a Christmas song in of itself, which not exactly what the original artist had in mind when they actually wrote wrote the dang thing. So it's kind of funny.
It's like how the song from Harry Potter is like a Christmas song too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Charles Schultz in general would be like, disgusted by how commercial Charlie Brown has become, since that was like the opposite of the message he was telling in that special. But I'm used to the audio medium with my podcast, so I don't get a chance to show this off often, but I have my Charlie Brown Christmas tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoa.
Hold on, I'll make it bigger so everybody can see it. Look at that.
That is next level.
I've never seen that.
Why is that not like the cover logo for your podcast?
Yeah, I know. I should be, right?
I know.
Get on my co-hosts about that.
They should get a matching one. Then it would make sense.
There you go.
Speaking of no sense, just kidding. Chris, what is up? The real Chris Evans is here. So if you're new here, this is the real Chris Evans. The other one is not real. Hollywood doesn't make sense. Good to see you, Chris. He said, "Whoa, that is detailed, awesome." I believe in response to your tattoo.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Good to see you.
Doug, what is up, Doug? He says, "That's amazing." You gotta put that in the Discord. You gotta join the Discord and put that in. Come on, Anthony.
I know. I have to join the Discord.
I'll send you the link, but you can also check the Twitter.
I've noticed I'm less on Twitter now because of that Discord. Just because I'm talking to everybody on there.
Yes. It's working.
All the neighbors should join it.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a great time. We literally talk about anything. It's funny.
Yes, please join the Discord. I know some people are like, I'm tired of joining things, and Discord's a lot. We can teach you. I try to keep it as organized and simple as possible. So if these guys can keep up and put up with it, I think you guys will be just fine. Chris said the other Chris Evans is an AI. Facts.
Yeah.
AI.
Confirmed. I knew those abs weren't real.
Yeah.
No way anyone could do that.
I always think about Office Space with the Michael Bolton. Like he's like, why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
I love that freaking movie.
So like a Christmas tree, everybody needs to log on to our Discord.
Found the way.
Yep. Join us. Join the fun. Well, I know we, briefly mentioned it, and Anthony.
Oh no! Did Lauren freeze for you guys or just me?
She froze for me too. I just assumed it was my phone or my reception.
Oh no!
What do? We weren't prepared for this.
We need to vamp.
It's winter. Things generally do get frozen. So
this is the moment while we worked on our harmonies, guys. All right, jingle bells right now. Let's go.
Jingle bells.
I mean, honestly.
This is like this is our plans working out. We're taking over the show.
It's like when all eyes are on you and I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's why you always have a drink to cradle at events like this.
For those watching at home, Lauren will be back. Her computer did some weird shenanigans. So
she was saying she had technical difficulties before this started.
So Punisher and crew are now in charge of the show for now.
That's right.
Do I just go through some Christmas puns while there she is.
Absolute nightmare. I can't believe that just happened. I am so sorry, everybody. I'm so sorry to you guys. My laptop literally just restarted, and the excuse they gave me when it turned back on was it shut down because it encountered a problem. And that's
Too much
it.
holiday cheer.
Well,
I guess.
I wish she would have came back and we were like just finishing a song.
I know.
I love it. Thank you guys again. I am so sorry, but please continue with where we were. I'm ready to jump back.
I mean, I would like to point out, Chris Evans makes a good point here. Amanda Waller finally realized Lauren's been impersonating her.
Waller! I didn't do the voting! I didn't do it! Where is Sean? Sean needs to be here! Oh my god! Jesus.
Apparently we need a neighborhood tech expert to come and fix your Wi-Fi.
Speaking of Sean,
there you go.
Something.
He set up a really good list of holiday-based comics.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I could put that on the screen real quick for people to see. Anthony, I'll go back to you, and hopefully I won't get cut off this time by Waller. Tell us a little bit about Batman Noel. I know some of you guys have read it. I haven't.
Yeah, this is the Batman DC version of A Christmas Carol, with Batman in the role of Scrooge, Catwoman in the role of the Ghost of Christmas Past, Superman as Christmas Present, and the Joker as Christmas Future. It's Christmas Eve. Batman's sick. He's a moodier Batman. He's still getting over the death of Robin, and he's kind of lost his humanity a bit. He is targeting a Wayne Enterprises employee who's kind of being blackmailed by the Joker to do his work, but it's all around a good guy, and Batman just wants to use him and punish him as well. And yeah, it's a journey to find his humanity again throughout just like Scrooge, and he has a change of heart at the end, and it's great, and it's rife for an animated adaptation, and I'm surprised DC hasn't adapted that one yet as an animated film. And who knows if it ever will be with their new regime, but we can skip over that.
I'll say, Anthony, that's a whole other can of worms. That'll be like a 5-hour discussion. Eric, I am so interested to see why you shook your head at the possibility of adapting it into a movie.
Oh, I would love Noel to be adapted. It's just
okay.
It's just my issues with the way either certain adaptations of classic Batman stories has been done, or just how recently, for me anyway, how inconsistent the DC animated movies have been of late. That's why I'm shaking my head, because it's like, I want this to be adapted. I just want it to be adapted well, and I think Noel would be perfect because it's a holiday themed movie. Obviously, they can't adapt Berhamo's art, because it's Berhamo. It's not going to look. Berhamo's art can only look good on a comic. It's not going to look well in animation, but okay, so what? But yeah, it's Berhamo, it's Christmas Carol, it's Batman. It checks all the boxes off. Although the Christmas Future reference is a nice little nod to Mask of the Phantasm, so yay.
Yeah. And the art is gorgeous. I mean, which you expect from Bermeo, but the Superman stuff, Christmas Present stuff in particular, just because the rest of the comic is so dark and gloomy, it's so bright and warm, and with Superman flying with Bat, it's awesome.
I really do like how Clark is used in this comic.
Yeah, me too.
Which comic is it? What's
Noel.
the name? Oh, he's in Batman Noel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
okay. Nice.
He's a Ghost of Christmas Present.
Aww. You know what? That just makes me ship them more.
And Catwoman's Christmas Past, and as he's chasing her over the rooftop, she's like, "You used to be quicker at this, old man. Remember all the nights of fun we had?"
See, that's good, but the fan in me really would like to see Talia be the Ghost of Christmas Past. I think that would be even more fitting in terms of past specifically. Catwoman, I feel like, is more present or future, depending on.
Yeah.
But that's still really cute. The dynamic works.
Yeah, it really does how they do it. And it's a short enough, quick enough read. I'd read it every Christmas Eve night because it's easier to get through in one night than the novella by Charles Dickens. As much as I love that book and do read it annually, I can't read it in one night on Christmas Eve.
Speaking of Catwoman, I recently read that Tom King Batman Catwoman holiday special.
How was it?
It was good. I liked it. I mean, it makes sense for that little pocket continuity he made, just kind of separating his own run into its own little thing with that with the relationship between Bruce and Selina. And I like how it really is sort of a microcosm, again, of what King goes with those characters, how their relationship has evolved using Christmas as a vehicle to show it, from when they first met to, spoiler alert, old age.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. The 2009 DC Universe special, which I hadn't read in a long time till you brought up, what favorite holiday comics? I'm like, shoot. And it's like, that was great. It's got a lot of different characters. It's heartwarming. It has a fantastic short little Huntress story, which she's great as usual, but I'm biased. The cover is fantastic.
That's awesome. I love hearing about, because again, we've already talked a lot of Batman, which is wonderful, but I love hearing about other characters getting to highlight, like Huntress and things like that, even if they're in the Bat family. Chase, I'm interested to hear, because I know before we started the show, you were like, I've got like 10 comics I can choose from, so I'm interested to see what you want to highlight that maybe isn't Batman, because we've talked a lot about him so far.
Actually, none of it's Batman. Nothing against Batman holiday books, because I do enjoy most of them. I'm going to quick hit a couple, and then I'll talk in depth about one.
Let's go.
Okay, is that cool? Okay.
Go for it.
So let's see. First off, I just want to acknowledge last year for Kickstarter.
Yes!
Lane Lloyd Art, Steve Urena, who I believe is a friend of the podcast. Maybe I saw him on this, or maybe it's Lost in Comics I talked to him on. Anyway.
Yeah. They haven't been here yet, but I know Lane. I need to get them on here.
And it came
They're
with
really
this,
wonderful.
Came with this Misty Graves postcard on the back. It's just a butt.
It's in the holiday spirit.
And ordered.
Anthony, you would. I'm calling Catwoman to put you back in horny jail, man.
Okay, so another one. I just want to acknowledge that I own this one.
Yes, I have that one too.
Last
Classic.
Claremont, and it's actually, this is signed by John Byrne too, so that's pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Starman.
Yes, I need to keep reading that. I started
Starman
it.
number 27 is a great issue. It is O'Dares. If you read Starman, the O'Dares are a police family, are having a party, and they're waiting on Jack to get there. And on his way there, he saw a homeless man dressed like Santa Claus, and he spends the whole time trying to help him find the locket that has a picture of his wife and son that died, and it's the last thing he owns.
Oh.
So the whole issue is him trying to find them as the O'Dares are getting ready for a Christmas party. The Shade shows up, but they're all friends. One of the Shade and one of the O'Dares are like become best friends, and this is the issue, like where you realize that they are hanging out more. Shade gives them Charles Dickens' book, on Christmas Eve, signed by Charles Dickens, and then just at the end, Jack ends up bringing the homeless Santa to Christmas dinner with everybody. It's a very good book. But so what I wanted to point out was this Marvel special here.
Yes.
So the whole reason for getting this was because it is the issue where you find out that Santa Claus is the most powerful mutant in the world that Reader's ever seen. So that was the reason I bought it. But what I found in here is a story that I like a lot better. It's just filled up of short stories, like 2 to 5 or 6 page long Christmas stories. And there's a story in here by Howard Mackey and drawn by John Herbert and inks by Al Milgram. That's a Punisher story, and it's about this kid that a blind kid gets kidnapped in the middle of the night, and he gets away. And but he's blind, trying to crawl his way to find somebody. The whole time he's crawling, it's Christmas night, and he's begging for Santa to save him. And he makes his way to a graveyard, and all of a sudden, like these chains start attacking and getting the people after him. And he thinks they're bells, and he's convinced that Ghost Rider is Santa Claus. So he goes with him.
That's amazing.
Puts him on his bike and tells him that the bike is the sled or in the sleigh. And he thinks the engine rumbling is the reindeer, but they're really hungry because he's deaf. He's blind, so he doesn't know what's going on. But yeah, so it's just Ghost Rider saving a blind kid who got kidnapped on Christmas Ve and letting him think he's Santa Claus. It's a great story. I didn't know about it until just the other day when I read this, and I loved it.
I've never.
I need to read that. That sounds amazing.
Well, it's Marvel Holiday Special #1.
I was gonna say maybe we'll have to do like a holiday reading at some point or something, like super simple.
It's such a good story. I also got the first DC Christmas special, which is a wraparound as well, where all their stockings.
Hold on, I'm gonna enlarge it. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cute.
Of course, Ollie and Dinah are next to each other, as they should be.
And it's a great.
I have a question for you guys.
I love it because, like, let's see, hold on. I want to say this one. This is John Byrne cover, but you got like Superman's presence in lead, so he can't see it.
That's awesome.
And like Dinah got Ollie a bow, like.
And you can tell it's a bow, yeah.
There's a lot of funny stuff in here. It's good. Robin's is a batarang, and it's just wrapped up. Looks like a batarang. It's
amazing.
Of course it would be.
Of course.
But I love, like I said, I love, minus, I guess I don't really celebrate any of the religious aspect of Christmas, but I love like everything, like all of Christmas comics, everything. I love all of these. They always make you feel good when you finish. Just for no reason, I got this Larfleeze Christmas special. You imagine? Wow. He's just all mine. That's it. It's I buy any random Christmas specials I see.
Chase, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Because I want to, I meant to bring up when you were talking Marvel, because you mentioned Santa was the most powerful mutant in the world. Was anyone else on this show expecting him to cameo in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special? Knowing what James Gunn is like, I was fully expecting that.
That would have been really great, but...
I hadn't even thought of it. That would have been great. Yeah, I didn't even... Well, they hadn't introduced... That'd be the great way for them to introduce mutants. Is introduce Santa Claus. They really missed
that. Would have, but they already did it. That's the thing.
I guess that's true.
They did it with Kamala, Miss Marvel, and Namor. Yep, both of them.
Yeah.
So I have another question. So in Reed Richards' science lab, do they have a chemistry instead of a Christmas tree?
I hate it here. Get out of here, Punisher. That's what I get.
I have a Grant Morrison Christmas graphic novel to recommend, Claus.
Yes.
We actually were talking about that the other day. Just that it's all coming out in a Kickstarter, like as a whole graphic novel, like hardcover. But I've heard it was really good. I've never read it, but I love the artist. So
I'm not the biggest Grant Morrison fan, but it's a great book.
I think he's hit or miss to me. I sometimes I really like his stuff, but sometimes I just...
Well, it's funny because the first one, because they've collected all the comics into 3 hardcovers now. The first one was fantastic. The second 2 I liked, but they didn't live up to the first one, in my opinion. I mean, the first one had Krampus as a demon that, it would take place during medieval times, like an evil king was trying to raise him up for ultimate power, and, it was awesome. Santa versus Krampus, yeah. Why haven't we gotten the Santa Claus 4 with Tim Allen versus Krampus?
They just did a...
Krampus was just in one of the...
They did a show.
Yeah, and Krampus was in one of the episodes, actually.
Was he? I haven't got... That's great. They should have leaned into that more.
I'm so glad y'all brought up Claus, because that is actually on Sean, our neighborhood HOA president, newly elected, from the Capture Light podcast. That's actually on his holiday list, which if you guys want to join the Discord, he's got it linked in there. If you yell at me on Twitter, I can also share it there again. But yeah, I wanted to shout that out. And Sean is actually here in the chat. What's up, Sean? You missed the chaos. Waller hacked into my computer and kicked me out of the show mid live stream. It was very, very brutal. I would really like you to really speak with her about this matter, because I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, so this is your, she has a wedge. You're absolutely right. We need to do something. We need a new ordinance. We need action. Something like that. What do you mean admit it? I did nothing. I did not impersonate her ever. It is not about me. This is about her and Sean needing to work things out. Thank you. I really hope to see these policies enforced stat. But yeah, those of you watching, check out this list. Join the Discord if you can't get in there or have some reason you can't get this list. Let me know. Bug me on Twitter. Happy to help you find it. It's a great list. It already has Claus. Also had Batman Noel on it. So we're already off to a great start. And look, it's got that. Oh, it's got the holiday special, the Uncanny X-Men issue. You're killing it, Sean. Looks fantastic.
Does it have the Great Lake Avengers holiday special on it?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that because it's quite a long list. I don't think so. I don't think it does. You'll have to tell Sean to put that on there because he'll put it on there. I think. You don't want to go through the request process with the HOA president.
You gotta have like letterhead and notary. I'm not there yet. We don't even have a neighborhood notary yet. You know.
Oh my God, we need one. There's so many things in neighborhood we need. So
many official documents need certified. We have no notary to witness any of it.
Too many. Eric, before we moved on, I want to make sure we got to you. Were there any other holiday specials in particular that you wanted to give a shout out to?
They're not holiday specials, but they're more back comics set during Christmas. Shoot, forgot the number of Detective. It was like in the 800s, like 826, where Joker basically kidnaps Robin and does holiday chaos with Robin in it. Batman 574, the end of No Man's Land during Christmas. Huntress goes toe to toe with the Joker and lives to tell the tale.
As she should. Why would she die from the Joker? The Joker sucks.
What?
Three bullets.
The Joker sucks,
Yeah.
Anthony. He's garbage. Every time I see Barbara Gordon beat his ass, wheelchair or otherwise, I gain like 3 extra years of life. Did I just break you? Oh no. It's our first neighborhood debate coming up next year, everybody. Do we like the Joker or do we not like the Joker?
I want to come on as the Joker's representation and defend him.
You want to be Joker's lawyer?
I mean,
Chase.
for me, it's
losing this time for a
it
second.
depends on the version, because I really like the Harley version now.
What do you mean by Harley version? Like Harleen?
No, the Harley Quinn show.
Oh, Harley Quinn show. Okay, got it. Sorry, I was stuck on comics. That's why I was like...
Running for mayor of Gotham, it was brilliant.
Yeah, but he's a different Joker. Like, he's different than, like, the yeah, anyways.
He just wants what's
we
best
gotta
for
put
his
this.
stepkids, you know?
We gotta talk about this. You guys can be Joker's representation. Does anybody else want to be part of Joker's legal team? Let us know. Join the Discord. We'll put you on the legal team. We'll schedule the first neighborly debate for next year. Win by pinfall. I don't know how you do that in the courtroom, but that's just what's gonna happen.
Just remember that if I lose, you're basically sentencing me to death. So, since you guys are nice people and are friendly to me, I have to win.
Oh, come on!
Who's gonna kill me?
Oh, come on! But I thought you liked him. Don't you want him to mess with you?
I'll defend Harley.
She's just fine. Nobody has issues with her. She can be as chaotic as she wants until somebody throws a complaint to Sean. So she's not even in the neighborhood yet. We gotta get her in.
Yeah, I know.
There is a fantastic, if you guys read Batman The Adventures Continue, which is the animated series continued in comic form. Yeah. They had an excellent episode called Secret Santa, which is in the first season of that comic run. Harley and Ivy throw a holiday party for all the villains at the Iceberg Lounge, and Joker's upset he wasn't invited. And it's fantastic. It's
a good book.
Christmassy.
Amazing. Well, we've already hinted so much at this topic, and I know this is something that even more people will be passionate about. So I want to hear all about what we think about recent nerdy holiday media, starting with the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. How many of y'all have watched it?
I have
Eric
not
hasn't,
yet.
Anthony has, Chase has. Okay, Cool. Love this because Eric, we can hear about what your thoughts are on the concept of it and why you haven't watched it yet, which is valid. And then we can hear about what you guys thought of it. I love it. Who wants to go first? Anthony, I see you twirling the ball on your hat, so I'm picking you to go first.
Sure. I loved it. So, for the record, I know this is very unpopular with you, Lauren, because I saw your tweet where you said, "Oh, does anyone even care about the Guardians, or just like James Gunn's mixtapes, or whatever you tweeted that day?"
What? Okay, I'm gonna clarify that. I don't remember the exact tweet. The debates are coming, y'all. The debates are coming. Anthony and I are going to start a wrestling podcast where we wrestle with our words, and it's brutal. But no, so I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, but I believe the tweet you're referring to is something about, like, are the Guardians the same without Gamora? I remember that one, but maybe I did say, does anybody actually care about the Guardians? Because I don't. Like, I feel like their vibe is so different without Gamora, but that's where that came from.
Well, okay, so bit of history for me. The Guardians in the MCU are like, the first Guardians films is like top 3, top 4 for me. I love it.
Yeah.
They're some of my favorite characters in the MCU, even if I did not like the second film. But I was obviously very excited for the holiday special when they announced it, because I'm a Christmas freak. And hearing it was James Gunn, I knew it would be an epic soundtrack. I knew it was the Guardians. I knew it would be fun, and it did not disappoint. It had, so on our show, on Tis the Podcast, we covered it, but we end every episode when we talk about a movie, we always ask the question, does it have a Linus moment? And that's the moment from A Charlie Brown Christmas where he comes on stage and is like, that's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown. It's like in The Grinch, it's when his heart grows. And in Christmas Carol, it's when Scrooge has that change of heart, it's that moment that gives you all the Christmas feels. And the Guardians holiday special, while funny, it was so full of heart. It had like 3 epic Linus moments. It looked gorgeous. It was good to see Drax and Mantis get the spotlight for once. And it's going into my annual holiday rotation. I loved it.
Wow.
I have not been a huge fan of Phase 4 overall, as people know. This is toward the top of Phase 4 for me. It really is.
I'm surprised it's not your top, because you hate Phase 4. I've seen your tweets. You're like, garbage, garbage, garbage. You are very vocal about that.
I would say it's top 3 in Phase 4 for me. Spider-Man still takes a cake.
Gotcha.
This and Werewolf by Night, give me more of that stuff. But yeah, loved it. I recommend everyone check it out. Even if you're not like a big... which everyone listening to this is. Everyone's a big Marvel fan, comic fan. But I would even recommend this to people who weren't, because they had that much holiday spirit and that much heart. So,
what about you, Chase? What did you think of it?
But beforehand, I just want to point out that I also have a red hat. It just wouldn't work because of my headphones.
Yeah.
We could have been the Triforce.
You can put it on your ponytail bun, maybe. Probably won't hang, but
yeah. I loved it. I'll say I liked it. It was 45 minutes. It was just a Christmas special. We're not talking about a long movie or anything. I enjoyed all the humor of it. I liked that it was like wholesome and that it was like just a Christmas movie that anybody can watch for Christmas time. Or like Christmas special, not even a movie. It had really good jokes. It had like heartwarming moments and stuff. I don't know. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. But I'm also not I'm not a great critic, because if I like find moments of it that I enjoy, then I'll just say I like things. Like, I have no problem with Phase 4. I loved I liked everything I watched.
Now the guns are coming to you, Chase. Pew pew.
I'll point them. I don't care. I'll still watch the stuff. I'll still watch Hawkeye for Christmas because
oh my god, love it, loved
like,
it. Yep,
I loved Hawkeye.
I have no. There's like things that they did that like that's not. But in me, it's a different world. It's just the characters. Other than that, everything can change, and they can say, well, this is the comic version. This is the MCU or the DCU, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. If it entertains me, it entertains me. They don't need to be like the characters that I read about.
Yeah.
They're just different to me.
That's a good point.
Like, I hate that Miss Marvel pretty much is Armor, because I love the character of Armor. And now if they bring her into X-Men, it's going to be very, very similar. But but I enjoyed the show. I loved the campy funniness of it.
Chase, as long as they don't bring Nightcrawler into X-Men, we'll be good.
Yeah, hey! Now I have to point the guns, Anthony. Hey, I wasn't in this.
That was a joke. I had to get that in there just to see your reaction.
Man, see, that's still not as bad as somebody, talking about like, oh, look, Superman's getting another film. How's Supergirl doing? And I'm just like,
That's okay, Lauren. That would be like we get a Birds of Prey film without Huntress. I can totally, I feel you.
No, that was getting a Birds of Prey film without Oracle, who founded the team, Barbara Gordon.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, on happier notes. Yeah, no, I totally hear you there, Chase, in terms of the Phase 4 and stuff. But, more onto the topic of the holiday special. I watched it, and granted, I think I need to try to rewatch it because I watched it at night and I was super sleepy. It wasn't like I was wide awake ready to watch it. So I didn't enjoy it as much as you guys and so many other people are saying because I don't know. It didn't do much for me. It felt like, and this is coming from me, who I love a lot of cheesy things. Like The Princess Diaries 2 is a top tier movie for me. That film is iconic. But, it almost felt too cheesy for me at times. Like, the jokes didn't land for me at the time. So I'm gonna try to give it another try because you guys talked so highly about it. I feel like I need to give it another shot. But I do agree with the fact of giving, Drax and Mantis more, screen time and giving them attention. I absolutely love that. Give other characters the chance to shine, please. Anybody but Star-Lord. Okay. Anybody but him at this point.
That's my major complaint with the special. I feel like Chris Pratt phoned it in. I feel like he's just done. I feel like he wasn't even trying in the special. So I'm kind of glad Guardians 3 is supposedly probably his last film. Allegedly his last film. Whatever. Because he just seemed to phone it in. And every time he was on screen, it was painful. I was like, dude, come on. You're probably getting however many millions for filming Guardians 3 at the same time. Just try here, man. You're barely in it. Come on.
As far as the I think that Christmas movies and Christmas media has to be cheesy at times.
Right.
It's part of the whole appeal of it.
I think James Gunn did it on purpose as well. It was clear he was took inspiration from all the classics. And the not so classics like Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah. But, I will say, I think that was kind of a part of it too, was I wanted it to feel more like its own Christmas film at times. I think some nostalgia and references to other things are wonderful. And a lot of times you even can't avoid it because so many things have been done, right? But I don't know. And I know people love Kevin Bacon and literally no hate here at all to him. But I didn't enjoy that cameo as much because I don't have that connection to Kevin Bacon, whereas other fans do. So I think that's where it missed me as well, was that cameo didn't hit as strong for me, especially because we knew it was coming because they advertised it. It would have been, I think, for me, more fun if they hadn't given that away and it was really oh my God, guys, did you see that Kevin Bacon's in it? And word of mouth got out and people were like, oh my God, guys, I was going to watch it, but Kevin fucking Bacon's in it. We got to jump in, y'all. This is ridiculous. I think that could have been more fun.
There's a lot to unpack here, including the fact that you are connected to Kevin Bacon because everyone is 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon somehow. So you are connected to him somehow. But I get what you're saying. I did just want to also point out though, you're right about Chris Pratt. But the less swole Groot we get in the future, the better, because he just looked disturbing. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
He freaked me out every time.
No, I'm with you in terms of, one, I don't agree with Chris Pratt, who the kind of celebrity he's become and his public image and how he's just okay with it. And honestly, when you said that, that was a huge part of me watching this film, was I didn't like that he was in it. He took away from me enjoying the film at times, I think. And yeah, I agree. It looked like he phoned it in. Again, he wasn't trying because he doesn't have to. He's Chris fucking Pratt. He makes millions by doing this and this and this. Why does he give a shit? Like, that's kind of what it felt like. So I think that was frustrating for me as well, just as a fan and a conscious fan, and having my own, like, frustrations with things like that.
Yeah.
Chase, did you have anything else you wanted to add? You looked like you wanted to say something else, so I hope I didn't cut you off.
I'm sure I had something, but
it looked like a moment you were about to jump in and defend Swole Groot.
Yeah,
it was Swole Groot. I was going to say that.
Oh, Groot's baby. Groot's baby.
Only because they were talking about like he's a child, and seemed like he acted younger there, where he was supposed to be like a teenager in Guardians 2. So that's only what kind of threw me off.
I thought he was acting like a frat bro. I thought that's what they were going with.
Oh, that's what I thought, and I didn't like it in terms of, like, that's not Groot. Like, get out of here. Like, somebody get that kid in line. Which is terrible to say, but, like, God damn it.
I didn't realize. I was going to say, there are a lot of iterations of Guardians teams, Yes. So they can still keep Guardians and just throw in, like, there's so many other characters.
They won't, though, because general audiences won't abide by that. Fans abide by that with comics.
Yeah, but they didn't know who Guardians were until they made the Guardians movie. Nobody cared about the Guardians Galaxy comics.
Right, but now people
unless
do.
You'd read Annihilation and you're like
but
into
now
that
people
version of them.
Associate Guardians of the Galaxy with those characters. You try to automatically shift them. I mean, they're already struggling with the Avengers, like people, Anthony and other fans that aren't connecting with this Phase 4 because they haven't put together a new team yet. And this may not be your reason, Anthony, so I'm not trying to do this as a call out, but just as an example of, like, people that don't like Phase 4, some of them, not saying Anthony does, but some people, I've heard and seen some people be frustrated because they're like, where's our Avengers again? And they don't connect with these new characters. This isn't the team they know, right? These aren't the characters that can make a team. So I think, as I was saying, and I think Anthony was going to follow up on, comic fans, we know how to adapt into comic books. General audience fans, for reasons otherwise known to me, it's harder to make that transition. It's possible, you're right, but it's a very big risk, I think.
Well, I was going to say, actually, it's part of the reason. I think you're both right. I don't think they'll accept another Guardians team. But at the same time, Marvel/Disney knows what makes them money. And I think CGI characters where an actor just has to come in and do voice work for a few hours could live on. You could see maybe Rocket and Groot show up in the Fantastic Four, for example, or some other space adventure. And that's why I am going here on your live show to say I'm going against popular theory and opinion. Rocket's gonna live. I know a lot of people think I know a lot of people think he's gonna die. I think it's purposeful misdirection. I think he and Groot are going to be the Guardians that survive and will pop up and other things going on while the human actors retire.
That's not a bad theory, given that, one, I think there might be the two most popular members of the Guardians crew, and second, as you said, Anthony, it's so easy to put them in other shit. Like, you can put them in a Fantastic Four movie or another Marvel character movie because they're CGI. It's like, just get the actors.
They could use Cosmo too.
Yeah,
exactly. Cosmo. I love seeing Cosmo. That was a very happy moment for me. I was like, oh.
I love that they gender swapped the character and made her a female based on Litka, the first Russian dog, the first animal in space. I thought that was a really nice touch.
Cute.
I thought it made complete sense. Yeah.
That was
Speaking of dogs,
how easy would it be for them to appear in, like, Captain Marvel in the deep recesses of space in a Captain Marvel.
You're not wrong. That's a good point.
Speaking of dogs, did you hear Saint Nick got a dog this year? His name is Santa Paws.
That's cute. That's very cute. I wanted to point out, Chris in the chat said Groot as a bodybuilder is scary. Yes, terrifying. No more steroids, Groot. You're cut off from your supply. I don't know what else to tell you.
Where's he getting them?
That's a good question. Do we have a neighborhood like steroid supplier? Whoever it is, we need to cut him off. New neighborhood goal.
What did they do in the hour after they beat Thanos in Endgame before going back in space? What did he, like, where did he rob? I want to know.
We need to ask Fisk because he runs the nightclub. He probably.
That's what I was
knows
gonna say.
Oh yeah. Yep, Wilson Fisk. Yep, he would know. And
You know,
while
we didn't have any of
chatting-
this.
Oh, go ahead.
We didn't have Swole Groot whenever Waller was in charge. Just saying.
Oh no, Chase! No, she's gonna cut you off now. You're gonna be kicked out. Oh man, I hope Sean was here to hear that, but I don't think he was. I wanted to point out, Chris said this a while ago, but we were so into talking regarding the Joker thing. The Joker is the best comic book villain, and I will cosplay at the trial to show my support. So you've got support. Joker's legal team. You've got Chris's diehard support. And probably some of his clones.
And I've seen Chris's Joker cosplay game.
Yeah.
It is top notch.
It's really good. Yep. I've seen those as well. All right. Well, I want to hear, let's talk about other holiday media that's nerdy, film and TV, things like that aren't the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we fleshed that out enough without throwing actual things at each other. Eric, do you want to start us off? Is there any like holiday film or TV show, nerdy wise, that you'd like to mention and highlight?
Just that we forgot to bring up the Christmas issue of Long Halloween. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We all forgot the obvious one, but
Did Waller get Anthony?
She cut the wrong cable. She thought it was me.
whoops.
Little she know I switched her when she wasn't looking.
Oh, jeez. Chase, how are you this clever? Like, you have all these real life stories about doing crazy shit, so I would believe it, honestly. I would believe it.
I mean, for holiday media that's geeky, I mean, Batman animated series. Well, there's like 3 ones in the DCAU because you got Christmas with the Joker, which is a classic. You got Holiday Nights, which starts off with Harley Ivy shenanigans, brainwashing Bruce Wayne, and just using his credit card for a shopping spree. Hilarious. And then you've got this nice Justice League one, Comfort and Joy, where they all visit families and stuff. And I think there's a bunch of Superman stuff, nice Superman stuff in there. Because I think he's inviting John home, because John doesn't, Martian Manhunter doesn't have everybody, and he gets...
Yeah, I love
home.
Martian Manhunter. I think he is a lot of people's like one of their underrated favorites. Like he's just a solid grounding character in so many ways. Like he really grounds the other characters he's around, whatever story he's in. I really wish we got more stories highlighting him. I know there are more out there that I haven't read, but he really, to me, feels like he should be a more recognized character in a lot of ways. Chase, what about you? Any nerdy film, TV stuff you want to highlight that is holiday themed?
Sure. But first, I agree with Martian Manhunter. I think he should always be on the Justice League. I think that they tried to diminish Martian Manhunter when they were building up Cyborg, because I kind of gave him the same job. And I think Cyborg is more... I prefer him on Titans than I do in the Justice League. And I like Martian Manhunter in the Justice League. Let's see. Outside of comics and Guardians, I mean, there's tons of Christmas media out there, dude. Like Gremlins. Watch Gremlins. It's great. I love the show Psych. Psych has a Christmas episode every season. Every one of them are hilarious.
Yep.
Go to like Paramount or Disney and look up any 90s cartoon, and they all have Disney or they all have Christmas episodes, and they're all good. The Christmas Rescue Rangers, great. Darkwing Duck, good. Go enjoy some stuff.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck. I'm excited to hear you highlight that, because that's just getting a new comic series, I believe.
I've read about it because of the Discord, not because of Twitter, but I love Darkwing Duck. So I have the toys in there, so I'm excited for that too. The comic, well, last time they had a comic, it was a little like darker. So, curious how it's going to go, but yeah, I'm down with all of that.
Yeah,
just take in any video games. There's Christmas video games out there. There's a Batman video game that takes place in Christmas. There's tons of great stuff. Go wild. Iron
Man 3 counts as a Christmas film. Batman Returns counts as a Christmas film. First two Die Hard movies. Yes, they are Christmas films.
Die
I'm saying it
Hard. Well,
right now.
the first one specifically really counts.
Well,
the other ones,
yeah,
I'm fine
Christmas
saying
party.
no.
First two, because they're both during Christmas.
Yeah, I love the third one though. Let's not diminish the third one. It's hilarious.
Because Samuel L. Jackson's in that. That's the one he's in, right? The third
No,
one.
that's
That's the
three.
reason the third
three.
one is good, because he is in it. He really brings so much.
Oh, and Jeremy Irons,
the
he's a
plot.
villain, right? He's got that
Yeah.
voice, man.
I mean,
Mhm.
how many
Scar.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jackson keeps playing the same dang person in every movie. So it's like, he's
And
playing
I'm
himself
not
in that
complaining.
film. Oh no,
That's. I think everybody's fine with that typecasting for him. Like, just play the same guy every time, no complaints. But if I see Michael Cera come back and start playing the same nerdy teenage guy again, I'm going to lose my mind. Don't bring that back. I don't want it.
You don't want to see a Scott Pilgrim too?
Listen, that's a whole other topic. I will make people mad if I talk about my original thoughts on that. I probably need to give that another shot too. Other than Brie Larson, I love her, but like, that film.
Really? That's crazy. I love that movie. It's such a fever dream at times.
I think that's kind of why it goes over my head a bit, like, because I enjoy a lot of ridiculous things, like, Rocky Horror, like, that's a classic, that you enjoy the craziness and weirdness of it. But I don't know. I have to give it another shot, because in high school, I just remember my older brother and his friends loved that film, and I was like, shut up, leave me alone. I was like, I don't want any part of it, so that might have been the issue there, but I don't know. I don't even remember Iron Man 3 having Christmas or December or anything involved in it.
Oh, man.
So...
Iron Man 3 is Christmas. Lethal Weapon is a Christmas. Lethal Weapon 2, Christmas movie, I think? Or 1. One of them takes place during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Iron Man 3, good Christmas movie. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that. The only thing I remember that film is, like, Gwyneth Paltrow getting the Iron Man suit, one of the suits, and I was like, wow, that's fucking cool. Nowadays I'm like, damn, Gwyneth Paltrow, just another one. So
I like the way Tony talked to that kid. It was hilarious.
that's a good point. I do remember that too. That was something only Tony could do. Like, that nobody else can do that like Tony on any freaking level. I'm trying to think.
That's another character. I never cared much for Iron Man in comics, but then Robert Downey Jr. turned him into a character that I actually enjoyed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I hate Iron Man in the comics. Like, my first exposure to Iron Man was the worst time for Iron Man, which was Civil War, the original one. In the comics.
Yeah. He really had two sides on that one, yeah.
Yeah, well, and in terms of, like, he's literally the bad side, like, eventually, because it starts out where it's like, oh, it's very gray and stuff, and then it goes through the morals of each side and what's really going on in the issue, and, like, that's why, spoiler alert for people that haven't read it, but that's why I hate this war film. I hate that it's pointless. The fighting is cool in it, but, like, because Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is such a big role. He starts with Iron Man, then he realizes, his family's almost killed once he reveals who he is to the public for the first time ever in comics. So that was huge in that event. And then, he realizes, oh my God, my family almost died because people need to have a right to protect their identities, because that's what I was about. Superheroes.
I have a huge issue with the Civil War comics.
Oh, what is it? There's a lot of issues you can have with it.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but I
Okay.
think the reason I'm not a huge fan is because they came out in conjunction with Annihilation.
Ooh,
So which was
yeah.
great. And there's this huge universe-ending event happening that I'm reading, and then I'm supposed to go back and just read about a squabble between if people should decide if they should announce if they have powers or not. Like, everything that was happening in Civil War didn't matter, because if Annihilation went bad, then all that was going to get wiped out anyway. So, like, it was all these heroes on Earth doing something when they really could be out in space helping out. They don't even have a Guardians of the Galaxy yet. This is like when it's forming with Star-Lord and Drax and all them, and just it's Mark Miller, and Mark Miller I think always has good concepts, but he's really bad at finishing them off to me. So I never really enjoy his stories too much. I think they always start off strong with a good idea. It's just I don't think he finishes stories well.
Did you read King of Spies? Because that came out, I think, last year, maybe earlier this year. It was independent he did with Image, indie comic.
I remember it coming out, but no, I didn't read it. But because of what I said, I usually don't. I got burned by him. He got real big and put out a lot of like self-owned stories and stuff. And I got like every one of them that came out. I didn't like any of them. The best one was Wanted, but it really lost me in the last couple issues. And then the movie they put out wasn't even anything like the comic series at all, to the point that the villain wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I know Mark Miller has, was fairly questionable to just who he is. I guess I've heard some things. I'm not sure.
Oh, really? I think it's a good idea, man. I just don't think he has the follow through.
Yeah, if you ever decide, just for fuck's sake, you want to try it again, King of Spies, I really enjoyed it, and it shocked me that I enjoyed it, because it starts out, like the first issue, until you get towards the end, starts out as something I would never want to read. Like, I started reading it, and I was like, why the fuck are all these great people I know, especially great guys, reading this macho-ass shit and telling me, and like, you can have, masculine stories and stuff, there's nothing wrong with that, but in terms of like just, it was demeaning at times, and I was like, how, there's no way they can enjoy this, like these are people like I know. But then once I got towards the end of the first issue, it jumps to the whole point of the series that contradicts all those things. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I don't remember, the ending definitely wasn't perfect though, so I can totally see what you mean by like, and Civil War in itself, that was such a hard event, because I totally understand what you're saying. If you're in this big annihilation event and then you're basically dealing with a political drama with superheroes, which is what the Civil War event is, it's kind of like a major what the fuck. And it was also so big because, again, it was a political drama. There's no way you can actually solve that event, because it's too close to real life where you can't actually solve these political things, And
it was huge and expanded so many titles. But a little asterisk here, Frontline. Civil War Frontline was great. Yeah. Out of all of the Civil War series, I loved Civil War Frontline. The one that followed Ben Urich, and who was the other reporter? There's another reporter too, and one of them followed Iron Man's side, one of them followed Captain America's side, to get to the report. It was good. I liked those.
Yeah. No, I remember those. I still have probably one or two of those. They're beat up as hell though. Like, they're not something to be like, look how pretty this is. Cause again, I have my Civil War copies. I actually got them signed, not by Mark Miller, but like the artists and the inkers, I think. I met them at Con and got
Steve
signed.
McNiven, I believe, was the artist in this.
I think that was one of them. I think the inker though, there's a different inker. For it, separate from the artist I met, and he signed it, and I remember him saying like, oh my god, these are like reader copies, you read the shit out of these. I was like, yeah. And I was like, he's like, no, this is great, like you actually love this shit, like thank you. Like, he was excited to see it wasn't in like minty mint condition, but yeah, any other nerdy holiday media you guys want to touch on before we get into the holiday Madlibs, and hopefully Anthony will be able to jump back on. Get out of Waller's grasp.
A lot of good holiday music. Listen to it.
If Looney Tunes counts as a geeky, nerdy thing, there's an old short, Sylvester and Tweety short called Gift Wrapped I watched as a kid, and it's Granny gets Tweety Bird as a Christmas gift, and Sylvester finds out, and shenanigans ensue. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, Looney Tunes absolutely counts. I mean, listen, it's owned by WBD, so technically anything WBD owns could be considered nerdy, kind of. Also, they do have comics with the DC, I do believe. DC prints their comics, so that's the final connection.
Nice.
They're DC Comics printed. But yeah, I am told that Anthony is working on escaping Waller's clutches, so that is super duper exciting. But I think hopefully he's gonna pop on soon. We're gonna get started with our holiday Madlibs to wrap up the show.
And was there a Christmas episode of Legends?
No, there was an episode though. No, there was. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh, Legends fans, please don't watch this. I just embarrassed myself.
Trying to remember it in my head. So
yes. Okay, number 1, Sarah Lance's birthday is on Christmas. That's important to me. Number 2, there is a Christmas episode, and it's the episode that is so important to the fandom in the show where we first see Bebo, and the timeline changes, and so they think it's Bebo-mas instead of Christmas.
That's right.
And they're like, oh no, the timeline's fucked up because of Bebo. We gotta fix it.
That's great, yes. See, I knew there was a Christmas episode. I couldn't remember. I figured you would have. Yes, that's a great episode. I love Bebo.
I feel so dumb because I first remembered the 100th episode where they have a montage of them celebrating a lot of holidays at the same time because they're in the temporal zone. So I remember that, but then I was like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. The Bebo episode, like, of course, Beavermus, like that's huge for the Legends fandom. So, yeah, there was a Christmas episode of Legends. It was definitely different than other traditional Christmas episodes of shows. I will say that because I don't remember any Christmas trees. I just remember Bebo. But it was a lot of fun. Let's start these holiday Madlibs. So full credit to Eric, who helped me come up with this idea a while ago when he was first on the show. I think we can start off with one simple. So I've got the Madlib here on the screen. We're going to fill it out together. If you're in the live chat, feel free to share things you want to throw in as options, and I will get them in there. So I will prioritize you guys, and if we don't hear from people in the live chat, then we're going to fill it in ourselves, and we're going to see what crazy story we come up with. If we use any like specific objects or people, we're going to try to keep them comic or nerdy related at the very least. So let's just get to it. We're going to make the Christmas song. I think this is going to be really beautiful. I'm very excited to see what we come up with. I need lots of nouns and some plural nouns. So anybody in the chat, you can start throwing some out. Chase, Eric, give me some stuff. I'll put it on here.
For nouns, nutcracker, sanitizer, ornaments, sugar plums.
Okay, Chase, do you have any?
I was just letting him run with it. I mean, I was waiting to see how it ended. What else he got?
If you have anything more nerdy related in terms of like a batarang or a lasso or I don't know what the hell else.
Hey, Laura, sugar plum. You put sugar plums in the singular noun one.
It's fine.
There
Fine. Thank you. Good catch.
This is already going to be weird.
Dr. Fate's
don't
helmet.
Make it weirder.
Dr. Fate's helmet. I like it.
Nice.
I need a singular for that. There we go. All the way down here. All right. Any more nouns? We have a lot.
Oh, we have more nouns?
Yep.
Sorry. I have to get close to see what everything is.
Just start putting some nouns. I'll tell you what else we need.
I like how we're going to go on a sort of gadget thing. Wolverine's claws.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Nightcrawler's beard.
I love it! I think that's very important. If this slanders his beard, I'm going to be very upset at this Madlib.
Would that be better in the body part?
I can do that. Yeah. But it's plural. Do we have a singular? Okay, we do. Cool. And then I know Chris in the chat said Batman's belt. What are Joker teeth? What about Joker teeth? That's plural.
Oh yeah, like his chattering teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the Arkham gangs, and every time you saw him, you're like, "Fuck!" and you like throw the batarang. Like
that reminds me. There's this like in the first game. There's one that's like so hard to find in like the archives library. That was just such a pain in the ass to find. It's like,
all right,
I hear it, but I can't see it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. All right, places. Some places related to comic book characters and such.
Arkham Asylum, since I already said it.
Okay.
I don't know. Dark side of ego.
Dark side of what?
Of ego.
Of ego, yep.
Like where his butthole area is.
Oh, no! Okay, adjectives.
Did we already get all the places?
I think so. Yeah, there are only 2.
Oh.
Yeah, some of these are so different. Okay, I'm going to start filling some of these in for time's sake. If you guys think of any, keep throwing them in the comments and talking. But I want you guys to decide who you want the male name to be. There's only one male name in this. So you guys got to figure out which one you want it to be.
Let's see. Bruce, Kurt, Nick for St. Nicholas.
I feel like we gotta do like a character that we don't talk about a lot, like Dupe or something, like Dupe or like I can't think of his name. Who's that X-Men villain I fucking hate? Is it Mojo? Mojo. He sucks.
Mojo.
Mojo's the worst TM.
Just because he's gross looking. Spiral's cool though.
Chris says Howard.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck? We good with that?
Yeah.
Bet. Easy. I know Chris in the chat will enjoy that.
Once when I was little, I tried to stick my tongue in a car lighter like like the villain on Howard the Duck. I had to go to the hospital.
Oh, jeez. What's an adjective? Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm not putting that next Nightcrawler's beard. That's gonna trick me. I can't say it's annoying. Watch, this is still gonna bite me in the butt. It's gonna like mix all of these up and ruin my day. All right.
Cantankerous.
What? What? What is that?
I said cantankerous.
What is that?
I don't know. Kind of like a bad attitude.
I've never heard of that. Okay. Dakin is
words.
also the worst.
Cattywampus.
Cattywampus. All right, I'm putting it. I'm taking your word. You are our neighborhood grammar person. And the nice thing is that, like, after a while, you can, like, hit random word on a lot of these and it'll... Lathered! That's a good one!
Yes!
Ooh, yeah.
Bolster.
Boisterous.
I want that.
I got this one. No, I got this one. We're gonna do the lanterns. As in, like, the green lanterns. Should I put green lanterns? Or, like, yellow lanterns? Or
There's a lot of lanterns. You just leave it open.
Lantern cores.
There you
go. Murmur. Basking. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Decimals, absolutely not. Moistures. How do we feel about that?
That goes with lathered really well.
Riddled. Yes.
Tight fisted. We're doing it. All right, everybody.
Riddled just makes sense.
Oh, you want me? I can change it. All right, I'll change it. Morphed. Is that better or no?
I like morphed.
Morphed. Okay. Where's Morph?
All right.
This one's for you, Morph.
We are making our official Nerdy Neighborhood first ever The Christmas Song. Here we go, everybody. I can't... I'm already laughing. All right, here we go. Are you supposed to sing this? How does this work? Am I supposed to sing it? I can't sing. Oh, no. This is so bad. I'm going to embarrass the hell of myself. All right. I'm not gonna sing, guys. I can't do it. Nutcrackers roasting on an open sanitizer, monkey paw smashing at your Nightcrawler's beard, beautiful carols being sung by a sugar plum, and folks dressed up like clocks. Where is Clockman? Everybody knows our Harley Quinn's mallet and some Iron Man suits. Cattywampus to make the season dizzy. Tiny tots with their toes all aglow will find it ragged to cry tonight. They know that Howard the Duck is on his way. He's lathered lots of Wolverine's claws and Joker teeth on his sleigh. And every mother's Dr. Fate's helmet is going to bolster to see if Lantern Corps really know how to murmur. And so, I'm basking this little Batman's bell to moistures from Arkham Asylum to Dark Side of Ego. Although it's been morphed many times, many ways, I don't want to read this line. A tight-fisted Christmas to you. What have we done?
Tight-fisted for all the villains that you need.
You really nailed the landing on it, though. That's a good ending.
I didn't see this. Saying as a row or something. That would be fun, Chris. Maybe we'll have to do the layer.
Should have done it like a spoken poetry.
We need to save this somehow.
I just screenshot it. I'll put it in the Discord.
Nice.
Probably later tonight. This is beautiful. I think this is our best work of art yet. This is our great neighborhood song that we can all sing and go house to house and sing it to children and families alike.
We could sit like hands in hands like the Who's in our middle of our town square singing this.
But remember, we need to put a little dedication on the top. This one's for you, Morph.
This one's for you, Mark. I love it. So yeah, everybody that's watching this or watching it later, I am so sorry, but this is our first Mad Lib of the night. I hope you enjoy it. If you're traumatized, I apologize. Please feel free to file complaints with Sean, our HOA president, in the Discord. He is happy to take them anytime. Alrighty. We got a choice for our last Christmas themed one, and I have a bonus one if you guys want to do it. We can do the 12 days of Christmas, or we can do holiday festivities ad lib. The 12 days of Christmas is longer, the holiday festivities is shorter. Which would you prefer?
I think the 12 days of Christmas, just because we just did a song and it's going to be more fun.
Another song it is. All right, I love it. Fantastic. Maybe we can do this one as a row. The 12 days of Christmas. Perfect. All right. I need a holiday. Any holiday. Or make up one. I don't care.
Festivus.
There you go.
Perfect. An adjective. We've got adjectives, verbs ending in ing. Basically, if you see anything on here and you have something you thought of to put in our great holiday 12 days of Christmas Mad Lib here, just shout it out in the comments, or you guys shout out to me. I'll put it in there.
Slaying.
Slaying? Like slaying, or slaying like a sleigh?
No, like Buffy. Like Buffy.
Okay.
Yeah, like Buffy.
Okay. Spelt the same way as this. Love it. All right. Sweaty. Okay. Chris said sweaty. Where does that go? Just an adjective. Okay. Occupation. Anybody got an occupation? Plural. Like elves.
Sentinel?
Sentinels? I hate it. We're doing it. All right. Nouns plural. We got a lot of them, so let me know what you want me to put in there.
Let's see.
And I wanted to say, let's keep it comic themed like last time. That was
Pumpkin
bombs.
Hilarious.
Pumpkin bombs. We got some goblin coming in. Mr. Green Goblin or Hobgoblin, who knows?
Web shooters.
Oh, we're going the whole Spider-Man route. All right, love it. Except with Sentinel.
Spider-Man X-Men, you know?
Yeah, what if Spider-Man was a mutant? Make all the MCU fans mad instantly. A nationality. What's a good nationality? That one's hard.
Genosian.
There you go. Genosha for
it.
Cohen would have been right on.
Cohen, yeah.
Occupation, plural. Anybody got another one?
Butler.
Butlers? Any more verbs that we can use ending in ing? Trying to figure out how to make those like comic book themes specifically. But if not, we can just normal ones. Chris said waiters.
Paroling? Out on parole? What would you call that? Paroling? Patrolling. Out on patrol.
Yeah. Patrolling.
We're really in the Buffy house right now. I love it.
Yeah. I watched Buffy today, actually.
Oh, that's awesome. We were actually, we were doing a birthday dinner for one of my brothers tonight. And before that, me and some of my siblings were talking about, like the most, this is depressing, I guess. I should probably stop. But we were talking about like the most gut-wrenching deaths in the show and like making our like list.
You're talking about the body? That episode?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a rough
Yep,
one.
Joyce. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she's up there for sure. Okay, I need more verbs and nouns plural and an animal. One animal. We could do Jonathan, as in Gabby's Wolverine. I love Jonathan.
I thought you were still talking about Buffy, and you're talking about Jonathan, the little nerdy guy.
No, I don't love him. I definitely don't love him.
That episode, like where he was in the theme song, like he became the Slayer.
Oh my
He
god!
made that wish.
Absolutely. Oh.
How about raccoon? Since we mentioned Rocket earlier?
Yeah.
Raccoon? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be bad grammar. Super speeding. Love it.
What about Bucky's arm?
Well, it's plural. Oh, I can do it at the bottom. I got you. What else we got? Now plural. I'm trying to finish this up. Okay. Philosophical. Frail. Do we like frail or we want to keep going? I'm going to keep going then.
Yeah.
Roomy. Subwoofers. Love that.
No. Infinity Stones for that one.
Yeah, Infinity Stones.
I could do that.
Hey, is there another person?
No.
I just thought about, I just remembered Madison from She-Hulk.
Oh.
Oh, I love her.
We have done that instead of Howard, although I love
Madison's
Howard for the last one.
Madison's what?
I said Madison's TiVo.
It's plural, though.
Yeah. Too bad. We're going to do it anyway.
Did
I spell it right?
Oh, she stole the show. She spelled it 1,000,000 times. You think you should know?
You think I would remember? You
There's a Y
really
in there,
think?
but you
There's a
won't
Y.
guess.
I did.
Yeah.
I got the Y. It's right there. I remember that much. I just don't remember how many of each thing.
I swear, she and Wong need a spin-off. I'm going to be very unhappy if they don't get a spin-off.
I read somewhere that a lot of that, or maybe we saw, who knows, that a lot of that was like just them riffing off each other. Like that wasn't in the script, a lot of their stuff.
That makes it even funnier. I love that. I love when that shit happens. It's just like
I like where she just talks about going to hell and making a deal with Velasco or whatever. Like
right. Mm-hmm. That's just great TV right there.
She-Hulk, one of the best MCU shows in my opinion.
Oh, by far.
It knew what it was. It knew what it was, and it didn't take itself seriously about it, and I loved it for it.
Yep. All right, the 12 Days of Christmas in the Nerdy Neighborhood. First time ever. Let's go, Mad. On the 12th day of Festivus, my sweaty love sent to me 12 sentinels slaying, 11 pipers patrolling, 10 pumpkin bombs a-leaping, 9 web shooters dancing. That fits. Spider-Man Peter Parker is our neighborhood stripper, as voted by you all. 8 butlers a-milking. What? Milking what? 7
have
swans.
more milk for bed.
Again, milking what? A cow, a goat, we don't know. 7 swans, a super speeding. Of course, we have super speeding swans. It makes sense. 6 infinity stones a laying, 5 roomy rings, 4 contorting birds, 3 Genosian hens, 2 turtle Madison's TiVos, and a raccoon and a Bucky Arms tree. That last line is perfect.
That last line makes a lot of sense.
What is Rocket doing with Bucky's arm? That's what I like to know.
Oh, it didn't do it right. Dang it. I think it's beautiful. I think you guys did a great job setting this up completely.
We wrote 2 good songs in one night, just like Dolly Parton. Maybe better.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I wish we could do better, but that's Queen Dolly. Like,
you know that we get a free book sent to our house every month from Dolly Parton.
Yes, that program she does.
Yeah,
she has that program for children.
The one this month was her story, the Coat of Many Colors.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
But, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that that's actually used, because sometimes I feel like I hear about these wonderful things that celebrities, big name people do, and then just doesn't feel real, because I'm like, well, I've never actually seen that. So it's really great to hear that that program really is doing as much good as it sounds like it is.
Yeah, we went to Dollywood a couple years ago and signed Simon up for it, and every month one comes in the mail. Free of charge.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wish, I might take an idea like that in the future for a Nerdy Neighborhood. That would be, like a comic book every year or every couple months or something. Definitely couldn't do every month. Unfortunately, yeah. I am a broke human being. Like, I am one human, but that's really freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, those of you watching, these were our 12 days of Christmas. So I hope you guys are ready. It is actually December 15th when we filmed this. So, Christmas is the 25th, 10 days left. I know we skipped the last two, the top two, the 12 days. I don't know if I misspoke. Don't worry about it. We're at the 10. So we skipped the Sentinels slaying all of us. Good job, everybody.
We did it.
We skipped it. We made it past it. All right. Well, unfortunately, I think Waller detained Anthony for the rest of the evening, so we're going to have an emergency meeting if we don't hear from him tomorrow to break him out. We'll be in the Discord working very, very hard to negotiate with Waller. But those were our holiday Madlibs, everybody, for our 2022. I am so tired, y'all. Our 2022 holiday show. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Big shout out to Anthony Caruso, who Waller abducted. But super glad he came on. It was so lovely to see him again. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Chase. Want to give you guys the chance to plug yourselves and throw anything out there you want to before we wrap up the show. Eric, you want to go ahead?
Because Santa's on a fruit-based diet this year, instead of cookies, leave him some sugar plums instead. Also want to shout out to the elves after Christmas. They have to clean up the sleigh.
Oof.
And they have to use a ton of Santa-tizer to clean it up.
Santa-tizer. God, the Punisher. You come out of nowhere.
But Santa did get a good deal on that sleigh because it was on the house.
Oh, how? Your talent is just...
And if you want to get a good Christmas present for somebody with bad breath, ornaments, always a classic. Always good. But
ornaments!
I cannot wait for the neighborhood in 2023. Like a nutcracker, let's get cracking on next year's plans, everyone.
What? Oh my God, Eric! What in the world? That was like the Punisher's like holiday proclamation. You gotta drop that in the Discord.
That was like fireworks, one after another. You thought it was over, then comes the big show.
I'm not gonna lie, I did come prepared.
I feel bad. I feel like I should have had like the sound effects. I would have like done the air horns or the fireworks. I'll be ready next time, Eric. I'll be ready next year for you. I'll be ready with sound effects.
Got a big Casio soundboard beside her every time you say something.
Listen, that would be so cool. That's on my wish list next year because I can do those sound effects just by clicking here, but it's not as fun. Chase, plug yourself away.
Right, first, I want to say where he was talking about milk and cookies. My dad was always like, Santa gets milk and cookies everywhere. What Santa wants is some of your mom's meatloaf and a beer. Just put that out there for him. And it made so much sense. Like, yeah, he does get milk and cookies everywhere.
Yeah, like, duh.
Like, of course. I got nothing to plug. You know, you guys want a photo album? Get one from Black Designs. Just Google us. Talk to me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Go listen to Anthony's show.
Yep,
about,
tis the podcast. Tis the
Christmas
podcast.
Stuff. Also made a small appearance on Lost in Comics from a recording thing today going on right now. Check out Lost in Comics. Lauren has another thing, Simply Amazing Pod. Listen to that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I have nothing, so support my friends. I'll be there talking or something.
You're like our neighborhood hype man. Like you're like, I got like this little thing, but also check out these people's like 20 things. Like you are just so awesome, and you're such a great part of this community in general.
Well, you guys got to get the attention, so you can make a career out of it. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be amazing. Well, yeah, just to make a career of bringing people together.
And I'll be like, I'm still here.
I'm grabbing onto your coattails, Chase. You got the fancy jacket. You're on 2 shows at the same time tonight.
Fancy jacket my mama got for me. No big deal.
Nice.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for all those plugs, Chase. Appreciate all your support, and everything he says is absolutely true. Lost in Comics. They have not been on the show yet, but that is in the works. Hopefully in the new year. They are wonderful. Please check them out already if you haven't, they have their own community that is just beyond belief. And yeah, thank you guys so much for checking it out. We will be having a live show in January. So just be on the lookout for that announcement. It will be announced on Twitter, but it'll probably be announced a little bit earlier in the Discord. So if you want to know things a little bit sooner and have a little more input in the show and what we do, please join the Discord, and also just talk to these guys and some other great people out there. It's a very easy, direct connection, a lot more personable than Twitter, I think, at least.
Wait till you see my baby New Year outfit. Sash.
Listen, if I don't invite you, Chase, I feel like you're going to crash. You're going to be like, drop the StreamYard link, guys. Drop it. I'm coming. But otherwise, everybody, again, join the Discord. It's in the link below. Follow the show's Twitter as well if you still use Twitter, all that great stuff. And we will see you guys next time in the nerdy neighborhood on your Friendly Neighborhood Comic Show.